AskReddit by Bapbook Beep. What brand is actively watering down their quality? Prime just announced they're adding advertising to their movies. Bastards. You have to pay $3 a month to get rid of new ads. Kahlua is literally watering down their product. ABV went from 25% to 22% to 18%. My Phil used to make his own Kahlua, and I used to laugh at him for it. Now I'm sitting here considering dusting off his recipe. Etsy used to have so many good products made by creative and talented people. But more and more I'm seeing shitty t-shirt prints and stuff from Amazon. I miss the long ago Etsy, when it was handmade items. The advertiser that bought the little sponsored post that tries to look like a comment is probably regretting it in this thread. Why does no one else mention this? It's like everyone collectively is ignoring the ads inside the comments FFS. Panera. Just what the world needs. A thimbleful of soup for $12. I just went for the first time recently and was so shocked that this place is supposedly popular. $20 for a mediocre turkey BLT and a soft drink to X what my local sandwich shop costs, and not as good either. I guess the decorations are nicer than in a Subway. Netflix, Hulu, Prime Video, pretty much all the streaming services. Shittier content, introduction of ads, constant price increases for zero added value. And they're literally swapping the same stuff back and forth as licenses change. Lately it feels more like which brand isn't watering down their quality and quantity tbh. It's as in airport security. This is not a joke. New ID scanning process means most people do not need to show a boarding pass. New carry-on bag scanners in some lanes are higher resolution, so you don't have to take anything out of your bag. End-to-end self-service screening being tested at a couple of airports. Previously, unless you had a first class or elite status ticket, you had to wait in very long lines. Now you can pay $100 for 5 years of pre-check. Many credit cards and employers reimburse this, which works even on basic economy without airline status. I have never waited more than 15 minutes in a pre-check line, and I often fly out of major airports at peak times. Cable TV stations TBS, TNT, AMC, Sundance, Comedy Central, etc. All running the same shows for hours on end, repeating day after day, running cheap reality TV, with little variety and far less original content than their earlier days. And the commercial loading, off the charts. Utter garbage for maximum price. On this note, History Channel and Discovery. I remember when I used to be able to watch specials about various times in history, or cool scientific discoveries, but now everything is some version of a reality TV show. According to this thread, it seems like almost every single business has gone to shit. I have not seen one repeat, and I'm so far down this thread. Breyers ice cream was a premium brand when I was younger. A bunch of years ago they changed and are now the crappy brand. Check what you're buying. Some of it is still Breyers ice cream, but a lot of it is now frozen dairy dessert. If you're Canadian, you'll know Tim Hortons. What was once a beloved coffee shop brand that offered decent food and coffee has now become a pale imitation of itself. Burger King purchased it, edit, 10 or so years ago, so it's obvious why. A friend recently said that the owner is notorious for getting food down to the bare minimum of what people will accept and finding the profits there. Let's just cut to the chase. Tim Hortons is an advertising machine that uses Canadiana to sell a product. They just happen to use it to sell coffee and donuts. They're the Harley Davidson of coffee. Pop-Tart. WTF happened to their frosting placement? WTF happened to the filling? I bought some after not having them for years and I was like, WTF, where's the filling? By weight they have definitely shrunk as I looked up old packaging. YouTube is rapidly turning into just ads. In the middle of vids too. Had nice winter fireplace videos running for Christmas only to be wrecked by loud ads for skincare every 7 minutes. Lululemon. My lines from 5 years ago are only just pilling a bit. My lines from 3 months ago started pilling before I even washed them. They also have some loose threads. Yes. I took mine into a store after the same thing happened after 3 months. One pair actually split at the seam. They begrudgingly accepted to replace them under the quality guarantee, but I was effectively gaslit and blamed for causing the damage. Netflix. It's pathetic now constantly removing actually good stuff. Netflix is such a weird company. They made it by being flexible and knowing that their value was in easy availability. Now years later, their leadership is packed with former cable executives who don't understand the model. Shows are cancelled because they don't garner immediate cult following, but that was never the point of Netflix. Shows just need to be in the catalog. People have gotten used to watching TV on their own schedule, rather than the broadcast company's schedule. I have a life, a kid, too many jobs, a house that needs maintained, and friends to make plans with. I'm no longer willing to drop everything for this week's TGIF lineup. I'll get to it in a few months when I have time. But that doesn't matter, because 100 million people didn't watch the show in the first 6 hours after launch, so it's already cancelled. Damn, this thread is making me depressed lol. Dr. Martens boots. Most of them are made in China now, and even the made in England docs are made with inferior cheap leather and don't even have a shank. They are nothing more than fad fashion now. Soliver used to make the Doc Martens in England, and when Doc Martens moved overseas they continued making boots in the same factory under their own name. https://stridewise.com/dr-martens-vs-soliver/ Google. The search engine is now the same as Alta Vista, where you have to scroll past all the sponsored content you are not interested in, and YouTube is now showing 3 ads to watch a 20-second clip. I agree. If I want to Google something nowadays I feel like I need to add Wikipedia or Reddit to the search to find anything. It's become such a mess for looking up coding questions to that ChatGPT has almost completely replaced Google for simple things for me. Granted, that's getting worse fast too. COVID was the tipping point for all consumer product manufacturers to just lay off their entire QC departments, while simultaneously quintupling prices. I'd love to see smaller companies pop up with better quality products. I hate shit that has an unnecessary expiration date. Cadbury. Here's an interview with BJ Novak on Conan where he uses physical evidence to prove that Cadbury eggs have gotten smaller due to shrinkflation. https://yahoo.be/UHTGOBT1V2G?SIPY_SIPY_70NPNJA84KKL. The native brand products you can usually find at Target. The body lotion is like straight water, and several other people have said that too. I've used native deodorant since it was an online order subscription service with no other presents. It's still the only deodorant that works for me, but the scents available in retail stores absolutely do not work. I get pitted out with anything also available in person, but have never been failed by my subscription purchases, even when I've forgotten to customize before it ships. I caught on quickly when I recommended to friends and they had the same experience as you. I can't offer an example of a brand that isn't guilty of this. Cheap, poor quality, replaceable products and goods is literally the fuel of our global economy. No company makes their products to last a lifetime or even a decade that I can think of. Everything from buildings, homes, cars, complete infrastructure to the little things like shoes, phones, t-shirts, lipstick. It is no longer a goal for products to last. Quite the opposite. The shorter the lifespan, the more the consumer will replace, repurchase and reinvest. We are living in an era where the norm is to purposely withhold and prevent longevity. We have consciously become a society where progress is discouraged. We accept lack of innovation and improvement because of the money flow that is generated from dependency on outdated and poor technologies by today's standards. Lego quality is the same. Aside from the dreaded brown pieces that are brittle, which they have always been, Lego quality and customer service is top notch. Doritos. Their sweet chili flavor is starting to become very bland. Pringles has already reached the point where whichever flavor you buy, it's original. Here in the Netherlands we have the Nutri-Score scale for all edible products. The score displays how healthy the products are based on their nutrition value and is put on the front side of each packing. What we experience is that most chips crisp producers change the recipes to have a better nutrition scoring rate. This results in less salt, less flavor, and in particular for the Doritos this makes them very bland. I am not even buying them anymore. Amazon. I've returned probably half of things I've ordered recently and I've been getting a lot of knockoffs. So much crap on Amazon nowadays, 90% is just cheap junk bought in bulk from Alibaba and rebranded with some weird unpronounceable brand name. Nowadays I always search outside of Amazon whenever possible because they often don't have the best pricing anymore, and plenty of other sites offer free shipping. Gestures broadly.